Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Dorios, and today we're going to be doing something just a tad different. As I'm sure all of you guys have heard, Margot Robbie has talked about having a Sims movie, and I am honestly really excited about this. I am really hoping that it will be good. And as much as I want for it to be about like Bella Goth or something like that, I already know it's not going to be, which makes me kind of sad. Just because of the direction that she took the Barbie movie, where it was very much so like real world doused with the Barbie universe. I already know it's going to be something similar to that with The Sims. And I'm looking at the Screen Rant article right now as I'm making this video, just for ease of me to understand what's going on. But something that this article actually brings up that I thought was interesting is that this is not the first time a live action of The Sims was supposed to take place. Apparently in 2007, there was supposed to be a film that was officially canceled in 2019, which is just a fun fact that I thought was pretty interesting. But anyways, as I was saying, like the Barbie movie, this is literally a quote, like the Barbie movie, The Sims could go in absolutely any direction, but is likely to take a more meta-intellectual approach to the subject matter, similar to how the Barbie movie is. So what my theory, what my ideas are for this movie specifically is I feel like it's probably going to follow, like, say, a young child, likely a young girl, because The Sims is marketed as a digital Barbie house, especially originally. But I honestly think it'll be like a young girl who finds The Sims, gets her parents to buy it for her on the computer, and starts playing it, and it's going to kind of show her and her Sim family like adapting through the time of the games and her age. So like as a little kid, maybe it's more like Sims 1-esque, and she's really very much so trying to keep the Sims alive, but they just keep dying on her. Like she's actually trying to have a successful Sim. And then maybe as she gets a little bit older, she figures out the mechanics. Maybe she buys The Sims 2 or something. It'll be like the same actors playing like the same Sims and interacting with the same Sims in the world. But possibly the interesting part about it could be that now that she's a little bit older, she's finally able to make them super successful. They live in like a penthouse or a mansion or something like that. And you kind of see those dynamics with them interacting with like the NPC Sims. And then here's a twist that I think would be kind of interesting personally. Heard a lot of people talking about it on like TikTok and stuff. As she gets older, you know, when you get bored of The Sims, of always being successful and stuff, so you just try to figure out every single possible way to make your Sim become unalived. I think that's where the movie will take a turn. And so possibly it'll show her playing the game and stuff like that, and constantly just unaliving her Sims over and over and over and over again as like a preteen, teenager, you know, something like that. They might have to do a little bit older. Maybe this will be all when she's a preteen is when she gets the game and does all this stuff just for content reasons. But I think it'd be like little kid to preteen. And I think that's where the twist in the Sims movie would happen, where they're no longer just a played character, a played family. Maybe after like the bajillionth time of them being unalived, maybe they'll be eaten by a cow plant, maybe they'll drown in a pool, maybe they will have a Murphy bed collapse on them. I don't know, just all these different random kind of crazy deaths. Maybe they'll be abducted by aliens at some point. And with one of these specific like unaliving situations, I honestly, personally think that will cause for them to get some form of consciousness. Kind of like how in the Barbie movie, she gained consciousness over time of what her situation was and wanted to enter the real world. I personally think that these Sims characters might have the same thing happen to them. And then perhaps we'll see them enter into the real world where they don't actually know how to do any of these things that they knew how to do in the gameplay itself. Like, for example, maybe they try to get an apartment, or they do get an apartment, and rent isn't simply like 300 and something simoleons. It's literally over $1,000 because that's just our economy right now. Or like they go to buy food and they don't take out their wallet, their phone, or any form of payment to pay for the food or an item that they're going to buy, and they just expect for like a little symbol to pop up next to them like -15 simoleons, but it doesn't, so they don't know how to pay for anything. I think that would be kind of like the more interesting way that they take it like in a more meta direction, intellectual approach to it. I don't really know how they would wrap up the movie taking that approach. I don't know if it'd be similar to the Barbie movie where like this corporation is trying to silence them and do stuff like that. Like which for the Barbie movie, I thought worked fantastically. I don't know if that would work for The Sims though. I'm also curious to see how they get to the real world. I honestly think that they might like hop through the television or something like that. I don't know. Either way, I'm really excited for this movie to come out and to find out that it's being created. I cannot wait to see it. I will say though, as someone who loves the Sims lore, I want like a series, like not movies, but like a series that follows like each season's maybe a different Sims family. So one season's like the Goth family, one season's the Land Grab family. Maybe there's a season where it's a bunch of the side, like more side households, kind of like the Pancake family gets an episode. Or I was saying it'd be really funny to see the Pancakes constantly fighting in the background of every scene. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. Something else I really hope that they do for this movie, especially if it's going to be like a more meta, a more intellectual approach to the film, is I really hope they involve some of the larger Sims creators on the platform, on every platform, if possible, in just some interesting, meaningful way, whether it be from like YouTube videos where they've done that in other films in the past, or if they actually have them acting as like a side character for like a couple of scenes, like how Five Nights at Freddy's did theirs with Matt Pat. I think that'd be really smart as well. But yeah, that's my ideas, my take on the Sims movie coming out. I know I'm really late on this. I'm sorry, I kind of took some time off YouTube and everything, but I'm back now. I'm excited to continue making more content. These are just my thoughts on this movie. What do you guys think about the movie? I'm really curious. And I'll see you guys all next time on my channel. Bye guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day.